Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into a film today, one that you guys wanted to hear more about.
That's right.
The Blue Star.
Yeah.
This one's got a really cool story behind it.
Absolutely.
We found this great review over on moviecatticket.com, and
It's a fascinating one.
it really is.
Yeah.
I'm excited to dig into this one.
Yeah, me too.
So, The Blue Star, Spanish-Argentine production,
Right.
and it's based on a real musician, Mauricio Aznar,
Yeah.
and kind of his journey going from playing rock music in Spain to going to Latin America and finding something deeper in folk music.
Yes.
So he's this successful Spanish rocker,
Right.
but he decides to leave it all behind.
Yeah.
Goes to Latin America to kind of find
Right.
his true musical passion.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this leap of faith.
It is.
Could you imagine walking away from success, from fame,
Yeah.
to chase something uncertain? I mean, that's a big...
Well, and I
Nope.
think it speaks to this universal feeling we all have at some point, right? That kind of questioning. Am I on the right path? Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting, the setting of this film, Santiago del Estero, Argentina.
Right. The review mentions that.
Yeah.
It's known for, like, folk music,
Yeah.
and specifically the Chacarera.
Yes.
So it's not just a random location. It's a place with meaning. What can you tell us about this Chacarera music?
Yeah, so it seems like the Chacarera is almost a character in itself. It's not just background music.
Right.
The review highlights the bond that forms between Mauricio and a legendary folk musician, Don Carlos.
Right.
And, I'm thinking their musical styles probably clash at first, right?
I think so.
Mirroring this kind of inner turmoil that Mauricio's going through.
Yeah. That's a good point. I wonder if maybe the Chacarera represents like a grounding force for him, helps him reconnect with his passion.
I think that's very possible. The review describes the music as being full of emotion, conveying a sense of resilience and community. And maybe that's what draws Mauricio to it, that sense of belonging that he might be missing in his rock star life,
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And speaking of the style of the film, the review talks about the director, Javier Macipe,
Yes.
who's making his debut with this film.
That's right.
And they talk about how he captures this vibrant culture and the raw emotions of the story.
Right. And here's a detail that I think adds another layer to all of this. This film was commissioned by Aznar's mother almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
You think about that dedication.
Yeah.
To see this project through after all this time. And it even faces setback. Production was stopped, halted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's really incredible that it's being released now.
It is, yeah.
So the Blue Star, it seems like it's making a really big splash.
Yeah, it really is.
It premiered at the San Sebastian International Film Festival,
Right.
which is a huge deal
Huge.
in the film world.
Absolutely.
And it was also screened at Warsaw and Mar del Plata. So it's
Yeah.
hitting all the big festivals.
It is, yeah. San Sebastian is one of the most prestigious film festivals in the world. Being selected for these festivals, I think, really indicates that the Blue Star is resonating with critics
Yeah.
and audiences, like on an international level.
Definitely.
It's slated for wider release, first in Spain,
Okay.
February 2024, and
Yep.
then Argentina and Uruguay in
Right.
September.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we have this film, powerful story,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful visuals,
Yes.
and music that seems to be like the heart of the
The
film.
driving force. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Inspired by a real musician, directed by
Up and coming.
this newcomer, Javier Macipe,
Mm.
and it's gaining recognition on a global stage.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty powerful combination.
It is. And it makes you think, if music has the power to like bridge cultures and inspire someone to completely transform their life, what other forms of art hold that same potential?
Right.
What would your journey of self-discovery look like?
That's a really great question.
Yeah. That's something to think about. It is.
We're all kind of on these journeys,
Yeah.
in a way. Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive into the Blue Star.
It has.
Be sure to check it out when it becomes available. And we will catch you next time for another deep dive.
Absolutely. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.